Hello and happy Monday. Welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we continue on in chapter 2 of the Gospel of Matthew. And specifically we're going to look at verses 7 and 8. Now just to recap in the previous two verses, in verses 5 and 6, we see King Herod inquiring of the religious leaders of the day where Christ is to be born. And so now, let's go ahead and get to our verses for today, verses 7 and 8. Then Herod secretly called for the wise men and learned from them the exact time when the star had appeared. Then he sent them to Bethlehem, saying, "Go and search diligently for the child, and when you have found him, bring me word, so that I may also go and pay him homage." So like I just said, in verses 5 and 6, we see how King Herod inquired of the religious leaders where Christ was to be born. Now, even though these are the next verses, it's kind of a separate incident. The chief priests, the elders of Israel, were not in the room when King Herod brought the wise men in. So he's saying, the child's to be born in Bethlehem. He's making it, go and find him so I may pay him homage. He's making it seem like he's this great religious ruler, that he knows where exactly the Messiah is going to be born, and that he really wants to find him so he can go. My translation, the NRSV, says pay him homage, which just means worship. In some versions you may see the word worship there. Same meaning in those two words. So he wants to find the Christ child so he can go and worship him. Problem is, we've seen so far in chapter 2 that King Herod is a hypocrite. He claims to have converted to Judaism, which was just a political ploy to gain power and his position. Any practitioner of Judaism worth their muster would have known the basic prophecies of Micah 5:2, which gave the town which the Messiah would have been born, which is Bethlehem, of course. And here we just see a continuation of that. He has no intention on worshiping Christ. What he does intend to do is kill him because he's a rival to his power, to his position. Religion has a way of doing that. We see that through history. We see that in our own day with terrorist attacks being done under the guise of religion. Now, I'm not saying anything's wrong with religion, but if it's not changing us, we're hypocrites. If we're saying that we are Christians and we're not living the lifestyle, are we really? If we're saying we're Christians and the only time Christ comes out of our lips is during a song in Sunday morning service, has he changed our hearts? So kind of reflect on that today. Hope this has been helpful. Let's not be like King Herod. Let's make sure that we're living that life that Christ has called us to live. God bless you guys. Hope you've enjoyed this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. We're moving right along through chapter 2. Join me tomorrow as we continue on into verse 8. God bless you guys.